Hello and welcome back to another episode of Saving Scunthorpe. We are on the final day of the championship season and all we can do is deny Bristol City a place in the playoffs. So it's been a while since you were last with us. We've flown through to the end of the season. On the final day, Oxford, of course, were relegated. Coventry have been relegated. Watford still have something to play for as it's between them and West Brom for the final relegation slot. Since you were with us when we lost to Arsenal, we went into a 3-1 loss to Derby after that. But since then, we have been unbeaten. A 1-0 win against Preston, 0-0 against Charlton, 1-1 against Burnley, a 2-1 win against Coventry, a 2-0 win against Sheffield Wednesday, most recently a 1-0 win against Bournemouth. And as mentioned, we play Bristol City today. They are currently in 7th place. If we have a look at the championship, they need to win to go into the playoffs. They also need Blackburn to only manage a draw. Who do Blackburn play out of interest? They are away to Coventry, so things are not in Bristol City's favour. And at the bottom of the table, Watford and West Brom, they play Preston and Sheffield United respectively. So Watford, Preston are 18th, West Brom, Sheffield United are 11th. So slightly in favour of Watford staying up, but we don't really care. We're 13th. We can move up as high as 11th if results go our way. It would be nice to get that top half finish, so hopefully that can come through for us. Plymouth are our best chance because they play Leicester, who have gone up in 2nd place, so hopefully they can take a bit of a battering there and we can grab that top half space. And Wolves promoted as champions. They've only lost one game all season. It was to Hull City. So they'll be hoping to go up without losing another game. They play Sheffield Wednesday, who are a bit low down the table, down in 20th. So you'd expect Wolves to go up with only one loss. And out of interest, while we're here, let's have a look at who's coming down. We don't know as of yet. However, it's looking likely to be Middlesbrough. And then realistically, it could be anyone from like Sunderland, Brentford, Southampton, Forest, Leeds and Crystal Palace. Any of those could be the team that come down. But that's none of our concern right now. Let's go and play Bristol. Our lineup for the final game of the season, we have Izagirre in goal, Forker, Julian, Nallo and Malmgren as the back four. We've got Batista and Munns as the holding midfielders with Curry on the right, Chambers on the left, Rodriguez in the number 10 and Opry up front by himself. We are hoping that we may be able to convince Curry to stay. However, if he won't, we will sell him. Chambers also wants to leave because he thinks he's ready for a new challenge. He then is only wanted by Colorado Rapids, so we'll have to see what happens. But hopefully, particularly Curry, we can keep hold of. But if he has to go, we can work around it. Navarro with a throw-in early on for Scunthorpe. The ball is back to Smith and then across to Anderson. Out towards Spence. It's headed into the box. Nallo clears it away and Chambers collects it. Chance for us to break away here perhaps. Chambers pushing down the left-hand side. Plays it inside to Batista, who plays the ball through to Opry, who puts it into the post. And Bristol City are going to clear that away. Rodriguez with a free kick from deep. It's towards Chambers, but headed away. Malmgren finds Munns, who cracks it against the bar. That would have been an absolutely fantastic goal. Smith with the ball deep for Bristol City. Plays it to Anderson, who gets tackled by Chambers. Munns gets tackled and it comes to Bianco. Roberts to Miles, out to Spence on the right-hand side. He gets into the box. Chance to put it across the box, finds Miles. And Bristol City lead 1-0 as we head into half-time. However, we have another highlight still in this first half. Miramon finds Roberts and he goes out to Miles. He plays it on to Spence. Miles has gone down. Spence cuts back, plays it across to Kazim. Bianco sends it wide of the post. Miles might be going off though. Half-time and we are 1-0 down, unfortunately. It's been a pretty even game, in fairness. The one thing I do want us to do is hold a bit more possession in next season. So let's go for a bit shorter passing and see if that can help us do so. We are doing something a little bit different when we are drawing or losing games, in that we're going for quite an asymmetric formation, bringing a wing back up. Forker's going a more attacking, so we've kind of got just a back three staying deep for us. And then when we get the lead, or if we go 2-0 up, we can then switch back to our normal formation just to make sure that we keep things tidy. But second half, let's see if we can hold a bit more possession. Roberts with a free kick from deep for Bristol. It's towards Anderson, who sends it over the bar. We're going to make a couple of changes now. Camponier's coming on for Chambers, who's picked up a booking. Tezgel on for Opry. And we'll bring Chowdhury on for Batista in what may be Chowdhury's final game for us. Roberts with a free kick, goes for goal. Izagirre punches it away. Let's just have a quick look at the table for a moment. As it stands, Blackburn losing to Coventry, which means Bristol would be taking the spot in the playoffs as they head the ball over the bar. Highlight straight from the goal kick though. Ball towards Tezgel. He heads it down to Camponier, who can't quite keep the ball, and it's played back to Bilukapik. And then Bristol going to play out from the back here. Miramon finds Kazim, and then back to Bianco and to Ashinga at the left back position. Ball through, finds Roberts. That was a fantastic ball, and Roberts ends our season by scoring to make it 2-0 to Bristol City. Tezgel plays a ball short to Munns straight from the kickoff. Rodriguez plays it out to Forker at right back, and then Chowdhury forward to Munns, finds Rodriguez to Tezgel, through to Curry, who's in a great position, cuts back. He pulls it back to Forker, who crosses in towards the far post. It's headed away, but Munns knocks it back down to Malmgren, and then back to Munns again. Malmgren again, inside to Munns, who shoots, and the keeper makes a bit of a mess of it. We are back to 2-1, and we are potentially going to ruin Bristol City's day. And to try and help us do that, we are going to bring Malmgren off for Flynn, just because of him being a bit tired. And Munns is going to come off for Russell Denny, mainly because Munns is not long back from a torn... I want to say it was a groin? Torn groin? It was a torn something. So we're going to bring him off just to make sure he doesn't get re-injured. Rodriguez with a corner kick, plays it short to Camponier. He plays it back to Rodriguez across the box. The keeper just about manages to push it away, and it is out for another corner. It's Camponier going to be taking this one again. No, Rodriguez, sorry. Plays it short to Camponier, back to Rodriguez across the box, and it's eventually ended up, we've given away a free kick. Rodriguez was offside. So we end the season with a 2-1 loss. However, we were much better in that second half, so that is still something good for us to take away from the game. We were unlucky in a way not to get an equaliser with how we were pushing. It does mean that we finish in the bottom half, and it was there for the taking because Plymouth only managed a draw. Sheffield United lost, so a win would have seen us go into the top half of the table, but it wasn't to be. But nevertheless, a good season for us. First season in the Championship, and we got 13th. So overall, I think we've had a pretty good season there. 13th in our first season in the Championship is nothing to be sniffed at all. In the FA Cup, we got all the way to the quarter-final before going out to Arsenal, so again, we can't really complain about that. Carabao Cup, it was a third-round exit, but it was also to Manchester United, so again, not really something that we can be too unhappy about. But hopefully now we can go ahead and build. Our big problem is goals. Goals are our big problem because our top scorer is Tezgel, and in 25 games, plus 12 off the bench, he's only scored 9 times. We need to find goals in this team. And if we look at the Championship stats overview, where are we? We want team detailed and goals. We are joint 20th with only 54 goals. If we want to be pushing into the playoffs, we need to score more. And based on the way we saw that second half against Bristol City to go, maybe a bit of shorter passing might be the way to go for us to do that. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment what you think we need to improve this summer so that we can push on towards the Premier League. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and thank you very much for watching.